morning, gamer. It is time for Gaming Morning Show. Thanks for being with us wherever you may be. I am Ryan. He is Sean. Thanks for being with us today. Excited for the exciting day that will be this show and me getting all of the things right. I don't know why you look all weird on the stream. What is going on? Why is this happening? Good morning, Sean.
Did you mess up the doodads?
The doodads and the thingamajigs. You know, I have plenty. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. All right.
Good morning.
Doodads are fixed. For some reason, you were just hanging out down the bottom right of your frame. I don't know what was up with that.
I'm feeling heavy today.
It is a beautiful Monday, December 14th, 2020. Thanks for being with us. Gaming Morning Show on Facebook, Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. As I said, he is Sean. I am Ryan. Excited for this day in gaming history. Excited for different things that are coming up on today's show. So we're excited for it. Thanks for being with us. We got birthdays, Gaming Morning Show, morning gaming news. All of that's still ahead on this show. Just past 6 o'clock on the West Coast at 6:08. That means it's 9:08 on the East Coast and 2:09 in the afternoon in London. Coming up on today's show, we will talk to Andy Euler of Marketplace. That's America Public Media, and excited to get insight into a recent piece that was reported by Andy looking into the future of retail. We had some kind of, was it annoying news when we get the message from our buddy Ben that he's all Xboxy and then all of a sudden now just hanging out with his PS5? Like, am I annoyed? I don't know. I feel like I'm happy and annoyed.
No, I just went to the store and they had them, so I bought one.
Have you guys heard of this PS5? This thing's gonna be pretty cool. Pretty sure. Yeah, it's gonna take off.
Ben, I miss Ben.
Maybe Friday.
Maybe.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Oh. Only one person could answer that.
Good morning, chat. You can put anything in the chat that you wish, as long as it's, productive. I mean, let's be real. Like, if you're gonna just throw in, like, comments for no reason, I don't know. I'm even okay with that. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's absolutely fine. Comments for no reason. There you go. It's like the Restream robot knows me. It's so weird. I don't understand how that happens. Yeah, Andy's piece was about kind of the future of retail. You're looking at PS5, these next-gen consoles, and there's so much that's going to be downloadable. What is the future of retail? So we'll talk to Andy about that coming up in the show, 7:25 Pacific time for that interview. It is going to be a good show because sports are awesome. Just sports are the best. Have you ever disliked sports? Have you ever thought sports are dumb? Because I never have. Never once. Not in my life. No.
Never heard of it.
No. Yeah, sports are the best. I mean, why would sports be dumb? This is not like we've ever lost a game ever in the history of ever. You notice how, like, victory blue, because I don't have any of my actual orange clothes right now. It's technically victory orange that I should be wearing. But, hey, we won.
That's what the backdrop's for.
There you go. Ooh, what a mix. I didn't even think about that. I did like my tweet yesterday. So the Broncos did beat the Panthers, and in that game, Deontay Spencer, the punt returner for the Broncos, started the scoring with a punt return, which hadn't happened for Denver in like 5 years. It'd been a long time. It was his first NFL touchdown. Well, coincidentally enough, as a Broncos season ticket holder, the Broncos decided this week that they would send out personalized messages to season ticket holders. I say personalized because I get a feeling that each player got like a list of someone's video they had to record. Deontay Spencer was my guy. Said, "Hey Ryan, thanks for being a season ticket holder," etc., etc., etc. So it can be said that every time Deontay Spencer has sent me a personalized message, he scores a touchdown. It's football science.
1 for 1.
Can't argue that for sure. But you had a good weekend too with your football team,
yeah.
And we both had a good weekend with Max Verstappen.
Yeah, for sure. It was a good weekend. USC barely won, but it's a rivalry game. You expect those to be a little bit tougher, a little closer. It was in the Rose Bowl for whatever home field advantage matters in this season without fans. But 45-minute bus ride across town is tough. Traveling is hard. But they squeaked out the win. And I don't know if they were looking ahead, but they it was not a must-win game to get to the Pac-12 championship. So did they see Colorado lost and they were like, "Whew, doesn't matter what we do," and let off the gas a little bit, or was it just a rivalry game? It's hard to say, but they got the win. That's all that matters.
Now, you know the game I'm looking forward to this weekend, right?
You sure do.
I can't
Saturday's
wait
matchup.
for the standby bowl. So the Pac-12 plays its championship game on Friday. It's USC taking on Washington. Washington's in the Pac-12 championship game because they weren't able to play their game against Oregon, so because of that, defaulted into the championship game. They could have easily beaten Oregon. That's a possibility. I'm just saying that is a fact. The game didn't happen, and so had Oregon won that game, they would have had a chance to be in the Pac-12 championship game, right? So now the Pac-12 ships Colorado and Oregon to Los Angeles to play a game on Saturday, but both teams are now in the LA area, so that if something happens with either USC or Washington, or both, because it could, they have backup teams to play in the championship game.
Oh, who's playing in the Pac-12 championship? Well, the North is represented by either Washington or Oregon. The South is represented by either USC or Colorado. Oh, where's the game being played? Well, naturally, LA, no matter what.
Naturally. The Wash Oregon Husk Ducks.
It's that Pac-12 bubble that we've all been waiting for.
Oh my gosh, I just love the idea of the Standby Bowl, though. That's such a good name. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty excited about Standby Bowl. Many people woke up this morning and had the panic that I did, which was I couldn't get any of the Google Docs to work. And then therefore I tried to like get into email and things, and that wasn't working. And all of a sudden I started doing some Twittering, and it looked like YouTube was down. So Google had about an hour-ish, maybe a little bit less, of crashing this morning. And the world was unraveling. It really does show how getting reliant on a platform can be tough.
Yep. You know, it's nice to have everything at your fingertips on one platform until that platform's not working.
It was so funny, too. Someone's like, oh my gosh, YouTube is down. I guess I'll go read a book. It's good. We should probably all read a book, you know, now that I think about it. We got some stuff coming up today. It is National Alabama Day. National Bouillabaisse Day. I think. I tried to get that one right before we went on the air. National Wreaths Across America Day. And it is Roast Chestnuts Day. But our topic of the day centralizes around pets, because today is Monkey Day. I like the fact that it is from National Day Calendar. Not National Monkey Day. Not International Monkey Day. It's just straight up Monkey Day.
It's Monkey Day.
It's Monkey Day.
Around.
It's almost like it doesn't need to have a geographic region attached to it. It's just everyone knows about monkeys. They exist. It's Monkey Day. It's okay.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
So we're asking you, did you ever want a pet monkey? Or had you ever wanted another type of exotic pet? Or on the inverse of that, was there a no-no pet? Like, I will never allow blank into my house. I remember monkeys kind of seemed like they had to show up in every 90s sitcom or movie for a good amount of time when I was a kid. But even then, like watching Ross from Friends have a monkey, I never was like, man, I really want a monkey.
Isn't it a requirement that every kid at some point think like, oh, it'd be cool to have a pet monkey. We'd be friends. We'd play games. And it might be brief. Some people might have, held on to that for longer. But isn't that a traditional kid thought?
I absolutely think so.
Monkey.
I mean, I will admit it's just past 6 o'clock West Coast time. I didn't really poll my kids on this one. I should have. Maybe I'll run in there during the coffee break and be like, hey, do you want a monkey? But that could backfire. Wait a second.
Hey, we're getting a monkey for Christmas.
No, that's not what I said. Dad. Monkeys, also known as simians, live all over the world according to National Day Calendar. More than 260 species of monkey populate Africa, Central America, South America, and Asia. They range in size from mere ounces, like the pygmy marmoset, to the mandrill at a heavier 80 pounds. Good morning, Tracer. Thanks for lurking this morning. I will admit to one other thing that this made me think of. Oh, sound. Sound is so important in video games. One other thing this did make me think of is there was that Bare Naked Ladies song that was talking about, did you ever want a monkey? Do you remember that song at all? Am I just making that up? Haven't you ever wanted a monkey? Alright, I gotta work on getting my sound now into the stream. What have I done? What have I done? Alright, I'm gonna go full cam for a second. Fixing the stream. This guy's gonna protect me, I'm sure. Why wouldn't he protect me? He's gotta protect me. Don't get shot. Getting protected by people. Not gonna get shot. This is gonna be okay. This is my little jam. Everything's super fine. On the table instead of B. Nobody's gonna shoot me. Everyone protect me. Please don't let me die. This is the slowest ever change to the music. Oh my gosh, come on. We are fine, Tracer. Thanks for asking this morning. Appreciate you. Hope you had a fabulous weekend. We are going to talk about some of the streams and things that we did this weekend coming. I am still alive. There is no reason I should be alive. Holy cow. I like how I woke up this morning. I'm getting everything ready for our interview with Andy Euler coming up at 7:25 this morning. And I think, I have everything ready to go. And apparently, your Discord picture was not in the right spot and didn't have my video game music or audio hooked up. Other than that, everything's just running optimally. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, I got a shot in the back.
Why'd you do that?
I don't know. I was gonna sneak in the backside of the plane and get everybody.
Do 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 do. Yeah, I feel good, Tracer. I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't feel like I had a day this weekend that was really rough per se. I mean, we did have, as we mentioned on Friday's show, you know, big old hearts over to my wife because one of her best friend's husbands died unexpectedly a couple weeks ago, and we had the Friday funeral. So there was definitely like the sadness that comes with attending a funeral on a stream and stuff. But for the most part, had a pretty good weekend. Got everything set up for the tree and all the Christmas stuff that we usually do. So that was fun.
There's one on the desk and one laying down. Oh, that's a bad grenade.
There's a guy in the corner too. Yeah, so we didn't even elaborate on Max.
Yeah, no, it was a god awful boring race.
The Formula One race in Abu Dhabi, right? That's where it was.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have had him. I do think that watching that racetrack though reaffirmed my desire to go to Abu Dhabi because it looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's a pretty racetrack. It was a good race in that Max won, which is always fun. It was also a clean race, no big wrecks, nobody got hurt. But a bad race in that it was just boring.
Kind of where it started is where it finished. The only person who left was Sergio, who had just won the last race. So
yeah, and that was engine failure. So even that, nothing too dramatic. They had just enough trouble getting the car off the track that they had a full safety car, which let everyone pit under safety car. So pitting wasn't even like dramatic. Like it was a boring race.
it was just a race.
Yep. But Abu Dhabi is frequently not the most exciting race, and it being the last one, most of the time things are pretty secured by the last race, so there's not a whole lot on the line, so it's pretty standard.
All right, we got Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News coming up after this game. It is Monkey Day. Did you ever want a monkey? I didn't really have a desire, like I said, to have a monkey. I don't really even remember ever wanting anything outside of the more common, at least pets in the U.S., like a dog or a cat, right? Never wanted a snake, never wanted a spider, never wanted a hamster. And I guess hamster's even more common than anything. Yeah, I never really had a drive to have anything but maybe a dog or a cat.
Yeah, I don't recall. Like, I think I went through. Like, I lived in California and we caught lizards all the time, and we'd occasionally keep the lizard in like a little cage for, a couple days. But I don't think I ever went through like a weird pet phase.
I'm so happy I got the guy lying prone on the table. I died to everybody else who was in that room. That was fun. Monkeys do seem cool, though. I've never had a chance to, like, hold a monkey or anything either, like at the zoo or any sort of, like, other educational, opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Which I'd be all for.
Yeah, I don't think I've had any like close interactions with monkeys.
But I do seriously remember, like, Ross had a monkey in Friends, and everybody else wanted a monkey in Friends or in life after that. So, don't you remember the one where everyone wanted a monkey? Because that's the naming convention of Friends episodes, if I remember right.
Yeah,
the one where this happens. Yeah.
Blank. Yep.
I don't think I ever did want to have like right now. If my kids said, "Hey, Dad, I want a pet spider. I want a tarantula," I do think that's where I'm like, doubt it.
I don't think you do.
I know what you're saying. You want. See if there's anyone back here. And they are really holding B. Oh, behind me. There's a guy in the R side entrance to the plane just around the corner. Yeah, like if you swing right here, he should be right there. Is he there? Nope.
He's on.
Okay, we got some help. This is a good time to try to get it back.
Oh, I'm so stunned. I'm so blowed up.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't get him. That guy is just firing, just spamming. That's so good. Just like, I'm not gonna quit. He's never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, churn around or hurt you.
So our kids right now, mainly my daughter, but really both of them, really want a pet snake. And it's only gotten worse by the fact that we have snakes all over around our house, like in our yard and stuff. And so they keep catching snakes, and they're just these little garter snakes, and they're super chill. And they want to keep one, but that's for sure not allowed.
That's a mom rule, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. And she doesn't mind the snakes. Like, them catching the snakes is totally fine. She'll even come check out the snakes. Like, she's not scared of them. They're just for sure never allowed inside the house.
Oh, man, this guy had the crouchiness. We're gonna lose this match. We did so well in the first half. I did watch. We hosted Jules the Human after our show on Friday. And I continued kind of watching Jules stream after they did that, after we moved people over. And at one point got randomly set up with some younger kid who was super polite. And it was super cool because Jules kind of took care of the kid. And the kid got hosted by Jules after the whole thing was over. And he's trying to call his friend on the phone. And he's like, Thomas, you got to get on my stream. You're never going to believe how many people I have watching. No, Thomas, you have to. Because, like, Thomas Yankee calls Thomas up to have him join his stream. And Thomas isn't too interested in hopping on right at that moment. The kid's like, no, come on, Thomas, please. And so everybody in the chat started being like, what's wrong with you, Thomas? Come on, man. You gotta hop on the stream. It was so great. It was just one of those other moments in the streaming world where it's just so much fun to see, you know, people get super excited about, you know, having an audience all of a sudden, and all the just good things that come from it, some of the joy that comes out of it.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Now, I don't know, you know, if Thomas is still a good friend. You know, that's a whole nother debate. Like, Thomas may have got himself down a rung on the ladder or something, for all I know, but...
Well, that was annoying.
Brutal. We lost. All right, it is 6:28 on the West Coast, 9:29 now on the East Coast, and it's 2:29 in the UK. Stick around. We got 7:25. Andy Euler joins us from Marketplace on Public Radio. Talk about the future of retail in the gaming industry. We'll talk about that coming up at 7:25 a.m. Pacific, about an hour from now. He is Sean. I am Ryan. Gaming Morning Show, as we are Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific time on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. It is Monkey Day. It's not National Monkey Day nor International Monkey Day, just it's Monkey Day. We will tell you about some things coming up, including how you can find yourself spending $6,500 on an iPhone, should you wish. And we've all racked up, you know, roughly $16,000 in in-app purchases, right? We'll tell you that story coming up as well. There's more news, too, on the Game of Thrones prequel, which I didn't even know existed, so I'll share that with you coming up as well. But right now, it is time to get informed. We need to know what is happening on this Monday, December 14th, 2020, so we send it now to the newsroom. Here's hashtag video game expert Sean.
Good morning. Today is Monday, December 14th, 2020, and this is your Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News. We have some Cyberpunk 2077 news with its hype and success. CD Projekt Red came out and announced that they have already covered its costs. This is from a story from Joe Juba of Game Informer, but a quote from CD Projekt's site says, quote, "The management board of CD Projekt SA, with a registered office in Warsaw, hereby announces that the estimated licensing royalties receivable by the company in association with pre-order sales of Cyberpunk 2077 across all its digital distribution channels have exceeded the sum of the following: total development expenditures related to the game and the game's marketing and promotional costs borne by the company, either already incurred or anticipated for the remainder of 2020. Which is a very businessy way of saying, hey, we made our money back. Congrats, CD Projekt.
I don't know how. I mean, I'm surprised that came straight from CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, it was on their site.
I'm just really surprised that they're, with all of the issues that are happening right now with, you know, the late gen systems having problems with it, and some of the issues around the rendering of certain files that reveal certain pieces of the anatomy, and the patches and things. Like, I'm really surprised that they came out and said, hey, but by the way, we're all good financially.
Well, and I think that's why it came in the form of more of a business report rather than a like a PR and social media blast. Because it is true, they have sold well. They had a ton of pre-orders and their sales were fantastic. But being more business about it rather than celebratory about it at this point makes a lot of sense. In other business news, Electronic Arts is set to acquire Codemasters for $1.2 billion. Codemasters, best known recently for being the developers of the Dirt series and the Formula One series. So EA adding some racing cred to their roster of studios. So, as I put in here, in other words, it is confirmed that EA Sports is indeed in the game.
I was gonna say, yeah. Now we have F1 going to be made by the same company that has pretty much all of the other U.S. sports, rights. So if it's in the game, it's in the racing game.
They already know how to handle annualized sports games, so why not add Formula One in there?
And they outbid Take-Two for this.
Yes, Take-Two was trying to acquire them. Take-Two bid nearly $1 billion, and then EA swooped in at $1.2 billion. In Steam/Cyberpunk 2077 news, due to the release of Cyberpunk 2077, Steam broke its all-time concurrent player record with 24 million users.
Wow.
The previous record was 22 million that was reached in March 2020, around the time lockdowns were enacted due to COVID-19. So now we're at 24 million users. That's a lot of people on at the same time.
It is in fact a lot of people using the internet at the same time. That is a factual statement.
And always last but never least, we finished off today's Gaming Morning Show, morning gaming news with the world around segment within segment. Out today, we have Northern Lights out on PC. And for the most prestigious award in video game focused morning shows, your favorite segment within a segment within a segment, today's name of the morning goes to Jigsaw Fun, Piece It Together, out on Switch.
Jigsaw Fun. Piece it together.
Jigsaw Fun.
That is out today on Switch, and thanks for trying to find the developer information, even though you failed.
Yeah, there's nothing. From everything I can see, this game was developed and released by bots.
Like seriously?
Yeah,
or
no, I think the internet has become sentient, and it has created a game called Jigsaw Fun, Piece It Together, and released it on Switch.
Just shout it. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, any searching I do, it just it triggers some weird algorithms in both Google and Twitter to just get pictures of jigsaw puzzles and random puzzle games. And yeah, no, this game doesn't exist in real life.
Maybe it would feature soon on the community games here on Gaming Morning Show, where we could just piece it together as a community. That would be a big cluster, though. I could just picture people no, not that piece. No, that one over. No, the one on the other side of the left. I was about to say, I shouted out Tracer, who's watching too with us from Germany. So if you want to follow Tracer and check that out, stream available on twitch.tv/Tracer. And I do want to shout out Kiki Lo too, because today marks the start of Kiki's extravaganza. So, yes, that is also in the chat there. Christmas extravaganza from Kiki Lo. Starting today, you can find out more information, fun stuff at twitch.tv/Kiki Lo. It is Monkey Day. Did you ever want a monkey? A more exotic pet? Or maybe you've said, you know what? I'm never going to have this pet. Let us know in the chat. We are interested in knowing. I mentioned Google and YouTube had some issues this morning. Everything seems to be okay, which is a relief because we honestly use a lot of that for this show and all the sharing that we do, and it wouldn't have been fun. So I'm happy that everything seems to be working this morning. It makes me wonder, I'm not an IT guy, clearly. But how much has to go wrong for Google to go down? That seems like it has to be a lot.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
There is a $6,490 customized iPhone. This is according to WCCFtech.com. Ali Salman. Ali writing, the new customized iPhone 12 from Caviar features a design that reminds us of an iPhone 4. It is actually titled iPhone 12 Pro Jobs 4. It reminds me of that YouTube video you talked about the other day. That was getting a lot of hype, most played in 2020, and had the title EM 16.9 something, right?
Yeah.
iPhone 12 Pro Jobs 4. But it is in dedication to Steve Jobs' 10th anniversary of the iPhone 4. On the back of the iPhone, they've messed around with some things, customized it to make it a little more special, including being able to add in a piece of Steve Jobs' famous black turtleneck inside the Apple logo. The lower portion of the device is embossed with Steve Jobs' autograph and the famous slogan, "Think different."
And only his fingerprints will unlock the phone. Good luck.
It comes with a prosthetic of Steve Jobs' index finger or thumb, and then you just carry that around on a keychain. It's not gross at all. Accept it. It's fine. It's 6:38 West Coast time, 9:38 on the East, 2:38 in the UK. Gaming Morning Show continues. Stick around. We'll have This Day in Gaming History coming up, as well as celebrity birthdays. So if you have a birthday to celebrate with us, let us know in the chat.
Well, that went poorly.
The Standby Bowl coming this Saturday to LA Memorial Coliseum. We will have our sports segment coming up as well. There is a person just sitting inside the house on the opposite side, sniping people running down the lane. I am frustrated, and therefore going to try to make sure that that person no longer exists.
Throwing grenade.
All right, they're on B.
I'm worried for myself.
Super system deployed.
I really tried to kill that mannequin.
So we were playing this with Look It's Mike O from Twitch after you left on Friday, and there was rumors that if you knock all of the mannequin heads off,
Yes, there's an Easter egg.
That's a kill.
You have to do it like really fast. I've watched a video. It looks hard.
yeah, we did not accomplish it. I'm a little jittery. Are you jittery?
I was last game, but I'm doing better this time.
All right, B is under siege. Thank you, whoever stopped that.
Okay. I avenged you. They're not doing great.
Haven't you? That's how the last one started out, though, too. Haven't you always wanted a monkey? This is where it does not behoove me to have this gigantic scope.
It's just so huge.
Yeah, it's not helpful at all. Why did my trophy system get destroyed? That's not cool.
What'd you do that for? So what are these guys doing?
I don't know.
Do they have like a couple AFK guys or something?
That guy owned me.
Yeah,
By
they
the
have
truck.
at least one that doesn't appear to really be moving. Oh, I died. Yeah, they have one guy that has no kills. So I think they might have dealing with some AFK.
No. Behind us, behind us, behind us. I'm worried for my life. I died. Oh, there we go. Now we got a game. Because if it's in the game.
I shot at my teammate. Lots and lots.
Defending zone. Oh, I didn't finish him.
Finish him.
That was a mistake. Someone helped me. Round 2. Fight.
He's gone.
That hurt.
I really do need to work on
Trophy online.
my loadouts.
Incoming.
I think you say that every time.
I know. I just don't have the patience. This is why I'm bad at, like, the guy in our house up in the balcony. I'm gonna go get him. This is why I'm bad at like games that require a lot of attention to detail and time, because it's like I really should get those loadouts completed, but nah, there's something else to do. It's a pretty chill Monday though, for sure.
Yeah. We're well, I say we, but I'll probably stay home. But we're picking out some tile and granite for our laundry room downstairs. That's gonna get started sometime in the near future.
So what you're saying is you're not going to take it for granted? Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sorry, I was in a gunfight.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't take things for granted, am I right?
For sure.
So think like granite, like countertops,
I'm,
right?
I
So
made
like you don't want to take those things for granted.
I made a really bad joke when we were meeting with the contractors this last time, and we were saying something about picking out tile and stuff, and countertop, and my wife asked something about like, well, what if we do this and then we find this and we want to change our mind, and the contractor goes, well, you can change at any point until we install it. Nothing's set in stone. And I was like, unless you pick granite, and then it's, oh, we was talking about the sink, and I was like, then it's literally set in stone. I enjoyed it.
That's so good.
No one else appreciated my.
No,
my
I love
joke,
that.
but I
That was
enjoyed
so
it.
good. Okay, there's people pushing our spawn. I don't know what their problem is.
Oh, there's one laying down on B. I totally missed him.
Oh, I'm bad at this game. Alright, we're gonna win this.
What is with these second half teams?
Maybe they finally got their AFKs all back and stuff. Protect me,
there's too many
protect me,
people.
protect me. Protect me, protect me, protect me, protect me. Protect me, protect me. Everything is awesome. I'm definitely not
Just shot
worried
it.
about
Had fun.
anything. Everything is awesome. There's a hostile spy plane.
Overhead. There's a guy just sitting in their spawn sniping, so
I don't have anything to
Tread
throw
lightly.
down there. But my friend Mo's got him. Okay, Mo's not there anymore. Nice work. My friend Sports Doc Gaming's got it. He's dead.
I died. I did not get it.
Well, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt real bad. It's gonna hurt real bad. Yep, it hurt real bad.
Alright, I'm on the verge of getting. I'm on the verge of getting my napalm strike. If I could just do better.
Oh, someone set a sentry up. Alright, I'm gonna blow that up real fast.
Oh, I can get that. Oh, that's gone. Sentries do not last very long in this game.
Nope.
Oh, how'd I not avenge you?
Well, you probably didn't get the guy who got me. I mean, I'm just telling you. We got birthdays and this day. Gaming history coming up after this. Just stick with Gaming Morning Show. You won't regret it. Oh gosh, mistakes were made. I turned that into something. It was originally nothing, but I turned it into something. That's a teammate.
Man, this guy.
Popping smoke.
It was interesting. My care package hadn't even landed yet. So the care package is literally in front of me. Oh, there it is. Okay. And it's armor that I will never use correctly. I will die instantly. Yep, died instantly. I never do well with armor.
It's literally just like a target on the back of on your back. There we go.
It's a target on the back of your back.
Back of your back.
I do like how in this game you can reload whilst aiming down sight.
Yeah, I do too.
And you could in the last COD. It's just that that's something you can definitely not do in Apex. That's a lot of napalm. Returning to base.
Celebratory napalm. That was my napalm, by the way.
Nice work. If I ever went through my loadouts, maybe I'd have napalm in my inventory. Imagine. You imagine?
That armor, though, it's pretty good.
All right, thanks for sticking with us. Gaming Morning Show this morning, available on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. He is Sean, I am Ryan. 7 o'clock is the next hour that will be upon us. Right now it is 6:50 on the West Coast, 9:50 on the East, and 2:50 in the afternoon. UK time, it is time for birthdays and this day in gaming history. So if you have a birthday to celebrate with us, please let us know in the chat, because we would love to celebrate with you. Monday, December 14th, 2020. Let's see. Some of the birthdays on the celebrity calendar this morning include Natasha McElhone. Let's name our favorite Natasha McElhone movies. You go first.
That's a bad one. I don't know that. That one doesn't even sound familiar. You could have just made that up for all I know.
Katie Strickland turns 45 today. Oh, I know Natasha McElhone. I wouldn't have been able to name. At least I know this picture, so that's a win. Who else we got? Katie Strickland had a small role in The Sixth Sense. What a twist!
He's dead the whole time.
Oh, ouch! I mean,
spoilers.
I guess if you haven't seen it by now. Vanessa Hudgens turns 32. Recently, my kids started watching a High School Musical, so Vanessa's been present in our house.
Good choice.
32 today. Tori Kelly, 28, appeared on The Masked Singer as the sea. If you haven't seen it,
I don't even remember.
Sea
I think we saw that.
creature. So I'm not
Seagull.
gonna. Yeah, seagull definitely was the seagull. I'm not gonna spoil it for people. Oh my gosh, why would I do such a thing? So anyway, no, it could be. We don't know what Tori Kelly was. I do, by the way, think Tori Kelly killed it in Sing, the animated movie with the koala.
Oh yeah,
Matthew
yeah,
McConaughey.
for sure. I forgot about that movie.
Actor Jackson Rathbone from the Twilight movies is 36 today. Miranda Hart from Call the Midwife, 48. Trophy Wife's Michaela Watkins and The New Adventures of Old Christine, also in that as well, 49 today for Michaela. Archie Cow is Chicago PD actor, 51 years old today. Nancy Vallon from Baywatch, 55. Cynthia Gibb from TV's Fame is 57. TK Carter from Punky Brewster, 64 today. And Hal Williams from Sanford and Son and Others, 86 today. Historical birthday, Nostradamus allegedly was born on December 14th. There you go. He probably knew that ahead of time.
I hope he knew his birthday.
What else we got? This day in gaming history. Nintendo released the Fire Emblem video game for the Super Famicom in Japan. It was the first 24 megabit cartridge. That was this date in 1993. 1999, Sega of America and Excite at Home. Wow. Announce a partnership to build Sega's Dreamcast network. Do you remember Excite?
No.
So there was, you got America Online discs like every other day in the mail. 1,000 or 10,000 hours of America Online. Excite was another version of that, where it was like a in-between ISP.
Yeah. What a bad idea that was.
Panasonic released the SLGC-10. That was a video game system in Japan. This date in 2001. The system, also known as Q, is a special GameCube which can play audio, video, CD, DVDs. It was about $305.
And this happens a lot more in Japan, and they don't typically make it to the US. But Japan is, at least in that era, was all about combining things. We want our GameCube that also plays CDs and DVDs, or also does this and also does that. They didn't like having, this is my GameCube and this is my DVD player, and then I have my CD player. They wanted them all to do everything. So you did see a few of these from time to time pop up that just never made it to the US because it just won't do well here.
I just was confused. This is from kpolson.com. It says Panasonic released it, but it was a special GameCube. So I assume they released the part of it that made it more than a GameCube. Kind of like
That's
an
what it
add-on.
seems like.
Okay. Okay. Because I know that was originally like what the PlayStation was going to be, right? Was going to be an add-on to a Nintendo system, and then Sony's like, hey, how about we just do it ourselves? Yeah. That was 2001. Same year, Australia had the government ban the sale of Grand Theft Auto 3 in the country. The Office of Film and Literature Classification refused to rate the game due to its graphic violence. Same year, Nintendo released the Game Boy Advance with an orange or black case in Japan. They also improved brighter display screens. I was watching Tim the Tatman the other day, and someone had shared on his stream through donation a picture of their video game collection. And they had this gigantic shelving system with all of their old systems set up in a very neat and eye-catching display. And one of the things that they had in there was the original Game Boy, which A, did not remember being as mammoth as it was, but B, I had forgotten that you couldn't play those things without light because they weren't backlit.
No.
And so there was a flashlight attachment for it. Do you remember that?
Yep. I never had it, but it was like, I think my aunt had it because she was obsessed with playing. I think all she had for her Game Boy was Tetris.
Wow.
But she had the light for it because she would play it in bed.
That was one thing that Tim did say. He's like, you have no idea what it's like to try to hold a flashlight and play your Game Boy at the same time. Or driving back from someplace with the interior light on the entire time. 2001, Capcom released Resident Evil Gaiden for the Game Boy Color. That was a release in the US.
And this day in gaming history, 2020, is when Sports Gaming got the trophy in Call of Duty titled Go the Distance, win 50 matches of multiplayer.
He's going the distance. Cake, underrated band. All right. Andy Euler from Marketplace will join us in about 30 minutes from now. We'll talk about the future of retail in the gaming space. He did a piece for Marketplace on that. It is Monkey Day. So we want to know what your monkey business is. And if you would ever have a monkey in your house. Haven't you always wanted a monkey? Sports coming up next hour. Do we have any reveals to do right now in vertically oriented brown boxes? Here we go. It's time for the beers of the weekend and day. Beers of the weekend and day. It's time for the beers of the day.
Toot toot. So this is from the 12th.
All right, these are our advent calendar beers from our buddy Ron, Corvallis Brewing Supply.
There's a cool. I don't know if this is gonna show up on the camera, but there's a cool fishy.
Oh yeah, that showed up.
Oh, this one's very Christmassy.
I see a Santa.
Prairie Artisan Ales Christmas Bomb. Imperial Stout brewed with cinnamon.
Nice.
Oh, and there's two versions of the picture. And can you find the differences? There are 20.
It's a fun game as well. Christmas bomb. Good morning, Hofbrew.
12.
Yeah, he's been labeling them, and we actually had to be like, "Is this the next one?" I think I grabbed the 8, and he's like, "No, I don't think it is. I found a 7. Oh, I found a 6."
Have we had any of these? And then this is from yesterday, the 13th.
The Hofbrew saying he also has the same calendar. Hofbrew saying that ABV on that 12th beer is pretty pretty hefty.
Goof. Yeah, it's 13.
Damn. Damn.
This is from Block 15 Brewing Company. This is Love Potion number 9.
Oh, that's a good name.
Yeah, it is. Love Potion number 9. The sweet stout was brewed with a tantalizing blend of specialty dark malts and conditioned on chocolate and locally grown Marionberries, producing a most romantic brew that balances rich malt and chocolate flavors with vibrant berry character. Are we going to fall in love when we drink this?
I'm already in love.
Oh,
Nah.
samesies. Yeah, that one looks yummy. Oh, can't forget 13. Well, I just drew a 13 by the 15. That's going to be confusing.
Never gonna work.
And then this is from today. Let's take a look.
This one's from today. This one's from today.
This is, oh boy. Freigeist Aufschneider.
Say it what?
Freigeist Aufschneider. Hoppy, German style, Hefeweizen ale.
Damn.
Freigeist was founded in 2009 with a mission to revive Germany's lost artisanal ales. We now offer bold American-influenced, American-brewed twists on your homeland's most popular beer styles.
Sounds good.
Sounds yummy.
Check out that ABV. All right, stick around with us. We will have more coming up after our break. It is 7 o'clock West Coast time, 10 o'clock on the East, and 3 o'clock in the afternoon in the UK. I am Ryan. He is Sean. We are Gaming Morning Show. We'll be back in just a little bit on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. Andy Euler coming up 7:25 a.m. this morning. Stick around. Good stuff.
I'm coming up just a little bit. Never want to quit. I'm feeling it the way it
Morning, gamer. It is Monday, December 14th, 2020. Thanks for being with us on Gaming Morning Show. I am Ryan. He is Sean. We are looking at just past 7 o'clock West Coast time, 10:05 on the East and 3:05 in the afternoon on the UK side of things. Big thanks to Dr. Chick for the follow. Appreciate that. We'll give a quick shout out as well. I said a follow. I meant actually the host. Bernadette, you can call me Doc, Dr. Chick, whatever. Casual gamer playing for fun. Twitch.tv/Dr. Chick, CHIICK. We got Andy Euler coming up from Marketplace, going to talk about the future of retail in the video game landscape. And that has to do with really so many digital downloads now that kind of fuel the way that people are getting video games. He is Sean. I am Ryan. You can follow us on... well, that's silly. Don't ever link any hotkeys to Control W, because then all it does is close things that you're on elsewhere. That's a mistake. But you can follow us on Twitter. Watch GMS. He's sports.gaming, and I am Hefty Goof. You live and you learn. It is, among other things, National Alabama Day, National Bouillabaisse Day. This is how it's spelled. Bouillabaisse. I did do a Siri version of this before we got on the air. I tried. I really did. But it's on December 14th. Gives seafood lovers everywhere a reason to celebrate. Flavorful fish stew hits the spot on a cold winter's day. I know my wife is very much into soups. Is your wife a soups stan?
Yeah, especially this time of year.
Okay,
It's
so
sure
that-
soup season.
So the sisters share in that regard. Are you soups fanatic?
Not as much as them,
Yeah.
but more than you.
That's a good way to say it. Yes. Yeah. I don't get into soups. I like stews. I like big like chunks of whatever's in the broth, but I don't like it where you're basically eating liquid. So, nah. French are known for many great recipes. Their food inspires travel to France, etc. In the culinary world, strong opinions bounce around the proper ingredients for an authentic bouillabaisse. Opinions include type of fish, typically cooks with a red Rascus sea robin or European conger. So hard. It is so hard. Oh my gosh. Should I give the Siri pronunciation? I feel like I'm not doing it justice. So
Even if I knew how to say it, I wouldn't correct you at this point. It's more fun this way.
I was gonna say, are you just having a ton of fun right now? All right, here we go. National what? Help me out, Siri.
Bouillabaisse. National Bouillabaisse.
Okay, it's trying to include day in there.
National Bouillabaisse.
Bouillabaisse. It made me think it had something to do with bouillon.
It might come from the same root.
And then here's how you say whatever fish I just tried to say. Red.
Rascus.
Rascus, of course. Of course. All right. Good morning, Dr. Chick again. Thanks for the follow last week and the host this morning. We appreciate it. We are going to talk to Andy Euler coming up with Marketplace, but today is Monkey Day. That's the topic of the day. So we are asking you, have you ever wanted a monkey? Thank you, Bare Naked Ladies. Wasn't that like If I Had $1 Million, right? That was the song. Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yeah, if I had $1 million, buy you a monkey. Haven't you always wanted a monkey? There was a child in Connecticut that was playing with the iPad, right? This according to Malcolm Owen of Apple Insider. And as you can imagine, we've been inside with the pandemic. You know, a lot of people probably have more electronics than they have been in the past, right? Understandably, buying some time in the house. Well, Jessica Johnson of Wilton, Connecticut, according to Owen, discovered a series of withdrawals. A little interested in why she was getting hit with so many things. It turns out that in a spending spree, her child, a 6-year-old, spent $16,293.10 over a series of months, starting back in July, buying add-ons to a game. There was everything from a $1.99 pack to $99.99 bundles, reporting the New York Post. On July 9th, 25 charges were made to her account, valued cumulatively, this was in one day, of over $2,500. That's rough.
That's a lot. That's a lot. I don't know about this extent, but Apple's usually pretty good about canceling and refunding that kind of stuff, especially when you can prove that it was a kid going bonkers. There have definitely been stories where Apple is happy to refund and reverse some of those, but that's a lot over what what seems like too long. Like I feel like I would have noticed much sooner than that. I hope.
Yeah. I mean, clearly, if there was a situation where that particular family didn't need to check their bank account as often as some, don't drop your controller; it hurts. All right, here we go. It is Gaming Morning Show. We're gonna play a little Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Andy Euler coming up in about 10 to 15 minutes from now. So yeah, answer our question if you can. Did you ever want a monkey? Did you ever own a monkey? That would be great if we actually had someone in the chat who's like, oh yeah, monkey owner for life. Like that would be really neat.
Real good.
You messed yourself up real good.
I blew myself. I just launched a grenade at the tank right in front of me. It was bad.
That's an interesting play.
Friendly target.
I'm worried about myself right now. There's someone following me? Nah, they got me. I never did. I never really did ever want like an exotic pet, even like when I was a real little kid. Like, there's no story of my mom, telling me back in the day, like, oh man, yeah, you always said you wanted a spider. You always wanted, you saw a tarantula at the zoo or on Discovery Channel or something. You were like, I just really want a tarantula. I never did. A capuchin? $7,000? Am I saying that? Capuchin? What is a capuchin? A capuchin?
Capuchin? I don't know.
I mean, $7,000 for the name alone would be cool. Ah! Take the wrong side. I'm gonna have to look that up. My sister texted me one day, and she said her daughter had requested an AA. And if you've ever seen The Labyrinth, an AA looks like the creatures that dance around Jennifer Connelly's character. I don't remember in the context because The Labyrinth is not imprinted in my mind. But they have really wide eyes, and that was really weird. So someone blew up in front of me. I thought it was me. So I continued moving left trying to get to the kill cam, and it apparently was not me that died. That was like an out-of-body experience. It was very bizarre. Once you see it, okay. So according to Dr. Chick, then, basically, a capuchin is a dog. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I bet that is totally going to be one of those things that we pull up. And we're like, oh, right. So this is a good topic, though, because we're going to have Andy on and talk about video games in retail stores. One good question is, when's the last time you went into the store to buy something video game related and actually purchase it? Like right now, I'm sure there's plenty of people who might be, popping in to see if they might have stock of a PS5 or an Xbox Series X or something. But like, when's the last time you're like, I want to order this game, so I'm going to order it from this place? Have you done that recently?
I haven't done that recently. I feel like most of my in-store purchases are usually more impromptu and not a specific thing I go for. Although lately I do go through the every single time I'm at Target, I go through the video game section just to make sure they don't have a PlayStation 5. Because I'm convinced that the one time I don't check, they'll just have a couple on the shelves for some reason.
Yeah.
He's dead.
You show up, and they're like, man, you should have been here yesterday. We had 4 in stock.
Right.
I was here yesterday.
We were just handing them out.
Yeah, they were 50% off. It was amazing.
We were trying to get rid of these things.
I always say one of sports fans' greatest fears is when you don't go to a game and it was an amazing game, right? or you leave a game early and
Right.
something amazing happens. And there's a great scene in Jimmy Fallon's 2004 movie Fever Pitch with Drew Barrymore. And it's about a relationship and dating a really rabid fan of a sport, like of a sports team. Not just like a sports fan, but just being like, I am the biggest Red Sox fan in the world is the premise of this movie. And she doesn't quite understand, what that means, and basically reworks his whole summer around, like, I think even in part became a teacher, so the summers were off, so that Jimmy Fallon's character could go to all these Red Sox games. And so she finally convinces him to go to like a costume party and miss just like a random, midweek game or something. And in doing that, he's leaving the thing that they had just a great time at, and gets a call from somebody and was like, "You missed the greatest game ever." That is, in my opinion, one of like the most likely stressful situations in terms of, as a sports fan, leaving a game early. And so I try not to leave games early, because even when I was a kid, my dad was kind enough to take me to a minor league baseball game. But in Montana, where we grew up, the minor league baseball team was an hour and a half away from home. And so going there was an event. And in the 7th inning, the team that we were rooting for was just getting quasi-slaughtered. It wasn't like 11-0, but it was like 6-2, 7th inning. So Dad's like, we're leaving. They sure enough come back and win the game. And we listened to it on the radio as long as we could and all this stuff. And I was like, I will never leave a game early again. And I've tried to make sure that I don't do that.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. If I'm at a sporting event, like, I'm there because it's fun to be there, and no matter the outcome of the game, I'd rather stay for the whole thing. And we always, whenever we went to baseball games when I was younger, we would always leave 7th, 8th inning, and it was always because, we want to get out before the rush, and we want to get out of the parking garage before it gets crazy, and which is fine, and I get that as an adult, but like, how often do you get to go to sporting events? If I'm there, I want to be there as long as possible.
Nothing's worse than when I throw this trophy system and I die instantly. It's a lot of napalm, a lot of napalm, a lot of napalm. I am not alive. Thanks for everyone who's joining us. Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. We got Andy Euler from Marketplace coming up after this game. I destroyed a little robot car. I haven't done that ever.
Nice work.
Okay, I'm doing a great job, like, helping kind of lock down B from a coverage standpoint, but I'm not even near close enough to capture it.
Well, I got part of it, but then they came.
Enemy appears KIA.
That guy stays alive. He didn't. I felt really good about our chances until that happened. Alright, I see that we got a little uptick on Twitch, so I will reiterate our topic of the day. Anyone ever wanted a monkey? Because that is our topic of the day, as it is Monkey Day. And one thing, so if you've ever watched the show before, we do often have a topic of the day that's centralized around day of the day. Usually something that's made up by, like, a trade organization or something along those lines, right? And today is actually just Monkey Day. Like, it's not a national Monkey Day. It's not an international Monkey Day. It's just straight up Monkey Day. And that really intrigued me.
Throwing grenade. Trophy system deployed.
I'm still
Napalm
alive.
coming on the B.
I'm dead. So we have Dr. Chick saying a capuchin? A capuchin? And I just realized, too, that I didn't finish that full list. It is Roast Chestnuts Day. So I have heard that before in a song, right? Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, right?
Yeah.
Today is apparently the day that you're supposed to get that done.
Stun grenade inbound.
Oh, I blew myself up real good.
Incoming threat.
That's a teammate.
I mean, as long as you blew yourself up really good, then that
blew
helps.
it well. It was so good.
Oh gosh. I'm scared. I'm scared. There's wolves. I'm alone. I don't think we're gonna win this.
Throwing grenade.
No, I don't think we're gonna win this. There's someone behind me in A. A Leo year of the monkey birth. That's odd. I know a lot of good Leos.
Nice grenade.
Thank you. I think you meant me.
Oh, I'm not gonna make it.
He's not gonna make it. I have a care package. I'm gonna throw it. Cause I don't have it right now. Oh yeah. Yeah, I was saying this earlier too, like, you know, the 90s sitcom Friends, right, had a monkey. It was a character within the show. There were a lot of sidekicks as monkeys. Monkeys as sidekicks, rather. Like, that was kind of a thing that I think kind of caught on. People were like, I want a monkey. Like Baruch Assault. Don't care how I want it now. I like how I felt compelled to sing the song that likely many knew, but
Trophy system
That was rude. It spawned me right in front of someone.
boo. Had no other options. They tried. I had no choices.
I don't think it tried very hard.
We were defeated. Boo. All right, Gaming Morning Show. It is 7:23 West Coast time, 10:23
I got best play though. Look at me.
on the East Coast, and we are sticking around with you at 3:23 in the UK. Thanks for hanging out with us on Gaming Morning Show. I am Ryan. He is Sean. Let's get things set up to bring in Andy Euler from Marketplace. We'll switch over to Skype and have a chance to talk about the future of retail in the video game space, because that is going to be an interesting topic for the near future, because as games become easier, internet connections become faster, all of the good things that come along with that, it'll be interesting to see how things continue on in the world of retail, and kind of that experience piece too. I mean, there's a lot of brick and mortar places that are kind of dealing with this right now when it comes to the world of brick and mortar places. So let's bring in Andy Euler from Marketplace. Excited to talk to the reporter who covered a story recently on an episode of Marketplace looking into this world. Marketplace can be heard on public radio. I am actually a huge fan of Marketplace. Listen to it. It's airing around 3 o'clock on NPR Now on my Sirius XM. Andy, thanks for taking the time to join us this morning on Gaming Morning Show and give us some insight into this piece that you wrote. Let's start off with just kind of, you know, the idea. I mentioned it. There's more content available to download. Internet speeds typically are faster. So what is the concern primarily for retailers?
Yeah, I think the concern for retailers is generally the same concern that retailers, in every space are having, right? Is that so much is moving to e-commerce. Sort of, what do we do? The idea, I was sort of looking specifically at GameStop, right? They were going to report their earnings. That's one of the things that we do on Marketplace, is sort of look and anticipate what these companies are going to be doing. They should theoretically be sort of a boon right now because a lot of people are staying at home. A lot of people, obviously are playing games with that time spent at home. At the same time, they've been sort of faltering and sort of trying to figure it out. And so what I was looking into was specifically the idea of, if you're just downloading games, are you thinking about going to a retailer? Are you thinking about sort of the community that has been built up? And that's the idea, right? Is that GameStop, I talked to a really, really smart, actually video game professor, Joost van Dreunen at NYU was awesome. I mean, the idea that he was a professor of video games was the coolest thing in the world. he told me sort of the idea was GameStop has this really, really great connection with the manufacturers, right? They have connections with Nintendo where you sort of discount those products to get people into your store. So Nintendo loves you, and Microsoft probably loves you, right? Because you're sort of that community, you're that entity through which people sort of engage with the product. The problem now is if you don't have to do that, then are you going to do that? And that's sort of that's the conundrum between retailers is, look, we've established that we need foot traffic. We need you in the store to sell our things. Are you going to come here if we can just do it at home, right?
Yeah, and as that model changes and what has worked before for like a GameStop and selling games back and buying used games, and as those no longer work, what are some of the solutions we're seeing for retailers and other reasons they may have to be optimistic for the future of retail?
I don't know that there's a whole lot to be optimistic about, to be honest with you. I think the shift is going to have to be sort of engaging technology. I think they're still going to have to lean on the manufacturers. I think as long as there's an optical drive, there's room for a place like GameStop, right? So it's not going to be in the next couple of years. It's going to be in the next 10, 20 years that you might see sort of that wholesale transition. There's still sort of, again, that relationship with the manufacturers. As long as you can sort of lean on that, if you're a place like GameStop, if you're a retailer, I think you're sort of still viable. But what you need to be thinking about is, instead of sort of shunning that, people downloading games, things like that, I think you need to embrace it. And I think from what I'm understanding and from what I'm hearing, GameStop specifically has been pretty reticent to do that. They're sort of thinking, you know what, people are still going to come into the store. They want to be around other people that want to discuss video games and want to sort of engage with the product there in real time. And I think to some extent that's true, but you're living in an era, pre-Twitch, right? You're not sort of thinking about what's happening right now. If I can download a game and start playing with you guys right now, I'm not going to go out to my GameStop and try to figure out who else is playing this game. I'm just going to do it on my online community, right? So I think that's the thing. There's been this reticence to sort of embrace the future because the past has worked for you. And that's, again, what we're seeing in retail so much is this reticence to sort of embrace the reality of the situation. It might not be your model, but that means you have to shift your model. That means you have to change what you're doing. And retailers are going to have to do that.
Andy Euler, our guest on Gaming Morning Show from Marketplace. You can catch it on public radio. You kind of, I suspect, don't maybe get to talk about everything that you want to within the piece that actually gets aired on, say, Marketplace Morning Report. What else did you learn or were you interested about after doing this story?
Oh, you mean when I interview people for half an hour and I get to spend 1 minute telling the story? You know what was really, really interesting, again, something I mentioned earlier, I didn't realize sort of how close of a relationship, because I think of Nintendo and I think of, PlayStation, I think of sort of Xbox as their own things. I didn't realize how close of a relationship they had with retailers. I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? That's where you're selling your product. But I guess I didn't realize that there was actually sort of a leverage point where the retailer could be like, no, we're going to sell our game at this price. You're just going to have to accept that that's the revenue you have coming back. I didn't realize it. And there was a great analogy, again, that Ben Dronen made for me. I'm in my late 30s, and he started talking about Tower Records, right? And I couldn't use this analogy because I didn't have time for it. But he was sort of equating the idea of GameStop with record stores. And not record stores, I still go to record stores to buy physical LPs because that, again, has become sort of a thing and sort of a retro thing. He's talking about sort of when you went to the store and you would go to a listening station and you would listen to CDs. That was what he was sort of equating GameStop with. And I thought that was a really nice analogy for me anyway, where it was like you went to embrace with sort of engage with the product, right? And so it was sort of like testing it before you buy it. And I didn't really necessarily think about that because, again, like you guys were talking about, there is a little bit of equity, right? If you buy a game for $60, you can probably sell it back to GameStop for $20. And so there's a little bit. I talked to another person who equated it with buying a car. I think that's maybe a stretch because obviously the investment is a lot larger. At the same time, you do sort of maybe think about equity when you're buying games. You're thinking, I'm going to play this for a couple of years, and then there's this retailer that's going to take it back and give me a little bit of money back, and I'm probably going to reinvest. And that's the model, right? They think you're going to reinvest that into another game, which you're probably going to do. But that analogy of sort of being a part of a community, because I mean, when I was a kid, I went to record stores all the time, again, just to hang out and just to listen to things that I thought cool people were listening to. And that was sort of the idea, I think, behind GameStop as a community. I didn't know necessarily, I didn't have a good analogy, and then that dude came up with it for me, and I was just like, oh man, this is awesome, and then I didn't get to use it for the story. Of course.
Well, yeah, and that's what I was saying. I'm actually happy I got to ask you that question then, because there always seems to be more in the background. And I'll be interested to see how like retailers step up that experience to try to make it a little bit more luxurious feeling to draw people into the store. I would be remiss, because we love reading Twitter bios, and we read yours, and you said something to the effect of, I love to talk sports when I get a chance. And today, sports are great. Sports are awesome because the Broncos won yesterday. Your Cowboys won yesterday, too. I imagine today is a good day in the sports realm.
Today is, so as a Cowboys fan, we're in a really tough spot, right? Because I'm spending all yesterday thinking about draft picks. And I'm thinking, what we need to do is lose to the terrible Cincinnati Bengals so that we can secure a top 5 draft pick. Of course we win, because we're not even good at being bad. The Dallas Cowboys aren't even good at being bad. Like, my cousins and I are on a group chat, and I have 37 first cousins. It's crazy. And we all grew up in Dallas-Fort Worth, and so reluctantly Cowboys fans. I mean, it's like being a Yankees fan if you're not from New York. I would not sort of bestow this anchor upon anybody because I grew up there. That's, I have to be a Cowboys fan. No, you're right. It should theoretically be a happy day, but when your quarterback goes down, in the first few games, and you have this just massive contract to a running back who may or may not be good anymore, you're sort of, me anyway, I'm thinking about it like a dynasty fantasy football team, right? It's like, oh my God, I need to just sell all of my assets, get as many draft picks as I can, and maybe in 3 years we're going to be decent.
Maverick season's right around the corner.
It's true. Luka. They do a great. It's so funny because I had a story about the about NBA contracts and the CBA, the collective bargaining agreement, and I sent Mark Cuban an email, and he is delightfully twice now. He has replied to my emails. I don't want to talk about that, but he replied to the emails, which is great, And so it's so funny because I even typed to him. I was like, I'm a huge Mavs fan, and he said, well, whenever you're in town next, you should come to a game. So I'm like, Mark Cuban is inviting me to a game because I'm doing this story about the CBA that's probably going to paint him in a bad light. It was pretty cool. No, you're right. It's so funny because we have our hierarchy, right? It's Cowboys, Rangers, Mavs, Stars in my brain anyway. But now I'm sort of having to invert them because the Stars were pretty good last year and the year before last. And the Mavs, I think the Mavs have incredible promise. So I am sort of like, I'm evaluating my allegiances to sports right now.
Did it feel good to get to talk about sports for a little bit?
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Whenever they let me guest host, I actually book sports cues because that's what I love to do, and that's also what I feel like I know a decent amount about. And what's funny is the argument that I have with folks all the time with sort of the higher ups is I genuinely don't think that public radio and sports are mutually exclusive. I think that people who listen to public radio, I think for the most part, I'm a good example. My brother's a good example. I think those people sort of exist. It's not just nerds on their calculators listening to All Things Considered, right? It's people who play fantasy football who care what their running back did last night that are tuning in and listening to stories about the future of retail and video games. I hope, I don't know.
Well, I certainly fit that, so I'll give you some sort of affirmation that you're not far off for sure. Andy Euler, thanks so much for joining us. You can check out Andy and Marketplace on public radio. I listen on NPR Now on Sirius XM around 3 o'clock Pacific time. Andy, thanks so much for taking time for our show. We really appreciate it.
You got it. It was so much fun. I will do it anytime you guys want me to. I'll even, if you guys want to play a game, we'll make it happen.
Ooh, I love that idea. Guests,
Sounds like a blast.
games with guests. I love it. Thanks, Andy, so
Alrighty.
much. All right, that's Andy Euler joining us on Gaming Morning Show. A lot of fun to talk to Andy and get some insight onto the future of retail. Sean, I just can't believe that experience isn't too far off from some of the areas elsewise that people are experiencing. When you look at the retail world, trying to upscale slightly those experiences, Sean, like you can tell that that's something that people are going to have to do.
Yeah, for sure. And it's especially, and I have to imagine, like, the room at GameStop when PlayStation announces a digital-only version, and they're just like, at least they have a disc version too. Something's got to happen, right? Because if this is a model that's shown to be effective, and this is the way people choose to go in the future, the existing GameStop model will not work.
I meant to do this, and I'll do it right now. If you missed the interview, I am putting Andy's information into the chat. Andy_Euler on Twitter, reporter at Marketplace. Like he said, too, his bio says covering immigration and labor issues, and clearly in this situation, he got to do something more in the video games realm. And will play some games with us in the future, which that is an aspiration of ours, is to have more games with guests. So that'll be fun in the near future.
It'll be a blast.
All right, we got 7:37 on the West Coast, 10:37 on the East. I am Ryan. He is Sean. We're hanging out with you until 9 o'clock Pacific time this morning, as we do Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific time, on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. We will tell you about some Game of Thrones prequel news that's coming up on Gaming Morning Show, and later this hour, an elaboration on sports. He definitely fits that mold of, I think, honestly, most football fans. I think I'm in the minority where I still always want us to win, no matter how good the draft pick could be. And maybe that also, too, is I've been fortunate enough as a Broncos fan to not deal with a lot of futility. We've had very few losing seasons until recently. More losing seasons now than we had in any Pat Bullen era. And so I bring that up because draft picks never really matter to me. And clearly, even if we have the number 2 draft pick, it may not make that much of a difference. So, but it was just so fun. Oh, and I meant to tell him his Stars knocked out our Flames too. So,
Yep.
truths
For sure.
that was a lot of fun. Andy's a good guy, and I will also tell for our audience here, that was kind of a little bit of a fanboy moment, because American Public Media's Marketplace is one of my favorite shows on public radio. The storytelling that they do in an audio form is super fun to listen to. So when Andy said that he'd come on, I was pretty stoked. Not gonna lie, a little bit of a fanboy moment.
Well, and as we build out our stable of guests, that has possibility of being a really fun one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sounds like might give him a chance to, do a little bit more in some of his personal passions that he doesn't necessarily get to scratch that itch.
For sure.
It's a win-win.
Thanks, Hofbrew. I appreciate the feedback, saying that's me as well, in terms of, not your, as I think Andy said, something about geek on a calculator listening to All Things Considered, which, by the way, All Things Considered, a very good show. Uh-oh. I'm worried about a sniper. I heard a sniper as someone died. Oops.
Okay, they're coming in the hallway.
I assume you mean this for hallway?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the storytelling, I mean, and that's the one thing. I'm actually happy we asked that question about, was there anything else that you learned that didn't, get to go on air? Because once I was reading the article associated with it, which is basically a transcript of what aired on the actual show, it was 1:27, and I'm like, there's no way that Andy got to cover everything that he likely wanted to in a 1:27, and I'm happy that was the case. So, oh, there's definitely a sniper down the road, down the hallway, I should say. Nope, he's better than me. I got greedy.
Oh, I walked right in front of him. I thought I had this. I thought I was gonna sneak up on him.
I'm gonna throw a grenade down that way.
Do we have a trophy down?
Yeah.
Alright, here's another one, just in case yours breaks down.
A new car! A new trophy!
Okay, he's not there anymore.
Peeking the escalator.
Alright, there's one coming down the hallway. Losing C. I'm not gonna get there in time. Alright, I defended C.
Like a good neighbor. We're okay at B.
Alright, I am back to B.
So is our friend.
I'm a
right in
B.
front of me?
I'm a B. I'm a B.
Let's scare him. Okay, I'm watching his back. He's watching the hallway. You got the escalators.
It's quiet.
It's a little too quiet.
Okay, there's a guy just camping in A. Not gonna peek that corner again.
People coming in from my right.
There
Are
were
you gone?
two down the hallway. Yeah, I died. The sniper's back in the hallway. With a friend.
Can find him.
Should I put a trophy system next to my trophy system?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
What's
There
the,
we go.
What's the, I was like, what's that?
My gameplay screen went black for a second there.
He's back.
Guess who's back?
I miss the shots. Looking for someone that I can shoot. There's nobody. This is really quiet. Again, think the 3x scope might be slightly overkill. Oh, you look like
Hey,
you
Daddy.
got blowed up.
I did get bloated up.
This is the most like out of position I've played on this map in forever. There's okay. I can't do it. I gotta go run and go get someone.
I'm losing Charlie.
I don't want to lose Charlie. Oh, and I found someone. Okay. Why all of a sudden I feel like it got quiet in my earphones? There we go. That's better. I'm gonna capture C. You can't stop me. Gonna capture C. I saved your life. You were not going to live, but I saved your life. I'm singing this song. Halftime.
Nice work. That was a
All
good
right.
one.
I'd love to know what everyone else is up to on Monkey Day. It is just past 7:40 on the West Coast. It's Monkey Day. Wondering if you've ever wanted a monkey. Did you listen to the Bare Naked Ladies when they asked you, didn't you always want a monkey? A more exotic pet, perhaps. Maybe you wanted a spider. Oh, wait. Dr. Chick, I never looked up capuchin. Here we go. Capuchin. Checking out a capuchin. Oh, it's a type of monkey. Oh, yeah. So you were talking about the specific kind of monkey. That was the kind of monkey that was on Friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
seemingly. I mean, it definitely was the monkey that was in Outbreak, which I was going to say, as much as 90s sitcoms gave monkeys positive PR, Outbreak, which was from 1994, did not help monkeys' fanhood.
Oh, I died. There's two coming in to B.
Okay, help me.
Broke some glass.
Doctor saying they're so cute. So was the glass broken?
It is now.
So were you walking on broken glass?
Sure. You could say that.
Boom, 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 boom. I sometimes wonder if like I want to get a DMCA because it actually makes me feel like I am singing well. It's like, wait,
positive reinforcement in some way.
yeah, like that wasn't actually you know, the song, but it was good enough to get recognized by the auto filters. Come on. Yeah, no, I agree, Doctor. They are very cute. And while I never wanted a monkey, it was not like a goal per se. That would be the kind of monkey that I'd be absolutely fine with having in the house. And I would totally go monkey over, like, I would not be interested in like the spiders and stuff like that. So
Yeah, for sure.
and I don't have problems with snakes, but I don't really want the spider.
Monkeys might be one of those things that it's more fun to have a friend that has a monkey than to have a monkey itself, you know?
True. Like, for instance, it's more fun to have a friend who has a cat than actually having the cat. Not naming any names, but his initials are Sean. So that was always this joke that my like 7th grade science teacher would use. It's like, I'm not going to name any names, but it was Ryan.
Oh, there's a guy just camping for cheap kills. I'm gonna go flash him and kill him.
Hostile sentry turret. Oh, yep. Doctor, are you streaming anytime soon? Let us know, and we will. We already gave the shout out earlier. Tracer also earlier was in the chat, and we have shouted out Tracer as well. Apex Legends for sure.
Alright, I'm gonna take C since I spawned over here.
Where's it? Oh.
How you doing?
Everything's fine. Never been better.
Alright, well, see, we're back at B. I think they've just kind of half given up because there's multiple of them just kind of camping places, just trying to get kills.
Well, they need not worry because we got sports coming up. Oh, so you're primarily weekends. Okay, perfect. Well, we will try to host you sometime in the upcoming weekend. I mentioned this a couple times. So, like, Jules the Human, which we sent you to that stream after our stream on Friday, did kind of fun with a younger Twitch streamer who goes, I got to call my friend Thomas and tell him how many viewers I have, and then called Thomas, and Thomas couldn't seem to care less. It's like, oh, that's cool. You coming over later? like it was just
dude.
right on. And so, but then the chat started to be like, oh, good friend Thomas, you know, that kind of thing, which was fun. So I will avenge you. I did not avenge you.
You let me down.
You let me down. If you did miss the interview with Andy, and we are maybe going to have as many as 2 other interviews so far, based on the scheduling that I did this week. So I'll let you know as soon as we know on our Twitter, which you can follow us at WatchGMS on Twitter. But Andy Euler was our guest earlier, Marketplace, talking about the future of retail and video games, and brought that up after reporting for Marketplace about it. And we'll have that on our YouTube page. So all of our past shows available to watch. All of our past shows are available to watch on demand, of course. But you can also catch our interview playlist at our YouTube page. Right now, we don't have a URL. If you're inclined, we certainly are appreciative of those who subscribe on YouTube, because if you've been in that boat before, you have to have 100 subscribers before you can have a custom URL. And so, you know, if you would be willing to do that, just search Gaming Morning Show on YouTube, and then we can get that set up. But we have all of our past interviews that we've done on the show on our YouTube page, and interviews will be a big part of the show. 7:25 and 8:20 Pacific time, usually. All right, thanks for hanging out with us. I am Ryan. He is Sean. We are on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube. It is 7:50 West Coast, 10:50 on the East, and 3:50 in the UK. It is Monkey Day, so we've been asking you, what is the biggest no-no pet for you? Like, hey, not going to happen, not on board. I have a Game of Thrones prequel thing for you coming up as well, but right now it is time for sports. We did kind of talk to Andy about sports, and the Cowboys did win yesterday at Cincinnati 30-7. Not even good at being bad. But the NFC East is so weird if you're watching football in the U.S. right now. The NFC East is the weirdest division, and this has happened many times before. But the Washington football teams have been on quite a streak, 6-7 now. They now take over first place. The Giants lost. Giants go from being the number 4 team in the playoffs to moving up 10 spots in the draft order because they are now number 9 in the NFC. They can't make the playoffs. That's what happens when you have a division that's being led by under 500 teams. Football team is 6-7, Giants 5-8, Eagles 4-8-1, and the Cowboys with that win go 4-9. That's just nuts how volatile the NFC East is right now. Tennessee won at Jacksonville 31-10. Jaguars 1-12. Kansas City outlasted Miami 33-27 on the road. Arizona, big win over the Giants 26-7 in New York. Tampa Bay, a home win over Minnesota 26-14. Indianapolis goes to 9-4, beats the Vegas Raiders 44-27. Chicago over Houston 36-7. Seattle spanked the Jets 40-3. Jets are now 0-13. Packers beat Detroit on the road 31-24. Chargers, a home win against Atlanta 20-17. Eagles take down the 10-2, now 10-3 Saints 24-21. Mentioned Washington beat San Francisco. That game played in Arizona. Niners were the home team 23-15. And last night, Buffalo assured that the Patriots will not win a 12th straight division title, beating Pittsburgh 26-15. Bills are 10-3. The number 1 seed in the AFC right now belongs to that Kansas City team. There you go. There's your football roundup. I could talk more sports, but we talked about the Cowboys in the first interview with Andy. So, we kind of we had our Cowboys correspondent on because we've had no other Cowboys fans on. So.
Our Dallas sports correspondent.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. And when he was talking about Cuban giving him the green light, hey, reach out if you want to come to a Mavs game. I'm like, you bet you can get your tickets. So, that's a win.
That's great.
Mark probably has some resources. House of the Dragon is apparently going to be the prequel for Game of Thrones. Did you get into Game of Thrones?
So, not my genre at all. Like, I don't typically like fantasy stuff and dragons and all of that. I watched the first episode, and this was like they were in the middle of season 3 or 4. I watched it way after it started. I watched the first episode. All right, let's see what this is all about. Watched this episode. I was like, that was really good. I'm not gonna watch this. So it just wasn't my jam, and it doesn't help now that the ending was panned by fans. It's like, well, now I have no motivation to watch it. People don't like the end. Why would I watch it?
Yeah, I'm not into much of the fantasy realm. The storytelling I heard in Game of Thrones was pretty awesome, though. I mean, I probably would like it. I also believe there was a good amount of gore. If I'm hearing correctly.
And even in that first episode, there's some gore, there's some nudity and adult content and stuff like that. And I find shows like that hard to watch, not necessarily because I don't I'm opposed to that stuff, but the amount of times I have to sit down and watch that sort of content with the kids around is so limited. And a show like that, I'm going to actually want to pay attention to. That kind of content, if I can passively watch it, is great when I'm sitting there working on paperwork or I'm charting or I'm distracted doing something else. I can put it on. But Game of Thrones doesn't seem like that's the show to put on in the background while you're concentrating on something else. So it's just never going to happen, even if I wanted it to.
And so now that we've firmly established us as not knowing anything about Game of Thrones, I will tell you about the prequel. All right. Gaming morning show Game of Thrones podcast spinoff. What? That would actually be a really fun take on the podcast realm, because there's many shows that get people podcasting about them because they watch all the shows and want to break it down. We could do a podcast where we know nothing about anything that we're discussing, maybe get the plot description for each episode and then pretend that we know what's going on.
Or even, it doesn't even have to be Game of Thrones, but a podcast where the topic of, if we do it weekly, the topic of the week is something we know nothing about, and you're given 5 minutes before the show to do any research, and then we have to fill a half-hour podcast talking about something we know almost nothing about.
Someone write that down. Dr. Chick.
I would listen to it.
Yeah,
It'd
as I
be
say,
so much fun.
anyone ready to sign up and hang out with us for that? For sure. Anyway, House of Dragon added 3 more to its HBO cast, according to Regina Avalos of TV series finale. Olivia Cook, Matt Smith, and Emma D'Arcy have joined Patty Considine in the series. It's a prequel to Game of Thrones. Premiere date for the series has not been set, but it is known that the first season of House of Dragon will consist of 10 episodes. Cook will play Alicent Hightower, Darcy's Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen. It's the king's firstborn child, and Smith is Prince Daemon Targaryen. Targaryen.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. I've said this to so many people. Phonetics were just never latched. Never latched. All right. Check it out. House of Dragon. Yet to be released date. I'll throw it in the chat. You can figure out how to say these names. I'm not going to do all the work for you.
We're gonna need a Game of Thrones correspondent.
I honestly, at this point, am just convinced I need a machine that I can just type words into and hit speak with more ease than Siri. Because right now I use my phone to monitor our stream, make sure that we're not, talking to no one.
So you need a like current gen speak and spell.
If anyone has it, link it, send it to us, whisper it on Twitch, send it to us, gamingmorningshow@gmail.com. Next hour, we will maybe play some community games. We'll look back at this day in gaming history. We're going to ask you about monkeys, because it is not international. It is not national. It is just, in fact, straight up Monkey Day. So stick around for that. It is coming up on Gaming Morning Show. 7:57 West Coast, 10:57 on the East, 3:57 in the UK. Back in a moment on Monday, December 14th, 2020, Gaming Morning Show.
Open the door so you would know that times like these are here to show. You can do things for me and more. I got your back, just take things slow. I'll bring everyone to show that I want your heart and more in my own life. I'll tell everyone there's no You're like a blessing. Oh, I wasn't waiting for you, wasn't waiting for you. Yeah, I was just wasting all my time living without you, time living without you. Yeah, like a rocket on a planet, that's how I feel. You're so gorgeous and you know it, you can't be real. And you use it to confuse me, but in the best ways. You make my day. Baby, keep loving, keep loving me just like you do it, like you do it, like you. Hips don't lift, so we keep growing just like we do it, like you do it, like you. I want it like you want it too. Don't get insecure, baby. I like you, sure, baby. Cause that's the only way to build something amazing. And there's gonna be some bad wishes from people that...
Morning, gamer. It is Monday, December 14th, 2020. Thanks for being with us on Gaming Morning Show. I am Ryan. He is Sean. It is the GMS Gaming Hour for the rest of the show. A little more fun, focus, gameplay, but all the good stuff that you expect from Gaming Morning Show. Might play some community games coming up in just a little bit. I want to recap. Do you still have the beer of the day in front of you?
Sure do.
All right, let's go back through. These are the weekend beers. It is the 14th, so let's start with the 12th. On Saturday, we would have drank.
This is from Prairie Artisan Ales Christmas Bomb. It's an imperial stout brewed with cinnamon. And I still love this. It has this picture of a Santa and Mrs. Claus making some Christmas cookies, and there's two versions of it with 20 differences.
But they don't tell you, because it's almost a 13 ABV beer. You cannot look for the differences until after you've consumed the entire bottle.
Well, and knowing us, this will be like the fourth of the night as we try to catch up, so
Yes.
it'll be very difficult. They have done a good job of spacing out the really heavy beers,
Yes.
which I appreciate. Yesterday's, so this is from the 13th, this is from Block 15 Brewing Company,
Corvallis.
is Love Potion number 9.
That's such a good name.
It's a stout with chocolate and marionberries.
Can you hold it center? I'm a big fan of art because it's something I'm not good at. I love looking at the way the designs come together, and now beer cans and bottles and labels, no different. Yeah, I mean, it's just it's a canvas, right? So pretty cool stuff.
Well, and when we go to the store specifically to try something we haven't tried before, the label plays such a big deal, big part of that right away. Like catches our eye, is like, oh, that one looks interesting, and then we look at the details and we're like, yeah, I'm in. Let's do it. And then today's is Freigeist off Schneider.
Schneider.
Off Schneider. Yeah, so this one's a German-inspired beer.
If you missed it, we had Andy Euler on from Marketplace earlier. We talked about the future of retail, and this is one thing that I don't think I even elaborated on as much as I had intended. But at the end of that interview, I mentioned that maybe GameStop, if it wants to continue to exist, or something along those lines, becomes more of a boutique as opposed to traditional retail lining the walls with, game, what do you call them, cases?
Yeah.
I mean, just, like an old Blockbuster. That's what GameStop reminds me of, is it has all the cases just stacked on top of each other. And instead you walk in and it's maybe more of a cleaner feel. Probably, I'm thinking Apple Store in my mind, where you can come in, hands-on stuff, and have a chance to maybe get something that you're not going to be able to get from online. And that might be the evolution that we see in gaming retail.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting as things move more and more to the digital realm. And it's, like I said, especially with the fact that PlayStation put out a digital only console, like what if this shows them through the span of this generation that that's the way to go. Like maybe they just make more money for their hardware doing that, and that drove enough people to the digital stores that they can justify the next PlayStation being digital only across the board and no more discs. Like we're seeing definitely the ratio of digital to physical media going in that direction, but at what point do we hit that tipping point where it's entirely digital and we don't see physical anymore? And then clearly the places that rely on that are going to struggle big time.
There's a commercial that's always on called for Capital One, and they talk about having like Capital One cafes, which apparently is what they do for branches in some places. And I think that might be a way to go for GameStop, is make it a more sit-down experience. I mean, I don't know if you're going to bring coffee into it, but you could have, vending machines or like, cases with, energy drinks and those kind of things. And then people could come in and almost reserve time with the PlayStation 5 or reserve time. And because we see a lot of cool places show up on the local level, but as a chain, then maybe that's what GameStop can do. And I don't know how many of those are franchised either, too, because then that impacts local people within a community as well. So.
Taking Charlie. Securing the left. Enemy has A.
I'm scared. I got a frag kill.
Oh, the guy that you killed with a grenade killed me with a grenade. So by the transitive property of grenades, you killed me with a grenade. Oh, they're all on B.
Well, should we go get A? Nope, there's
No, I'm
someone
gonna
there.
flash them and take them out.
Yeah. So we'll have our interview posted on our website, as well as you can find it on YouTube, youtube.com/search Gaming Morning Show, because we don't have a URL. That's not how it works. You can't have a slash without a URL. But we would love you to support our YouTube, and if you can, become a subscriber. That's always helpful. Man, that guy was fast on the aim there. It is Monkey Day, so we've been talking about that this morning. If you haven't weighed in already, we did have Dr. Chick give us a specific type of monkey that is called a capuchin. And a capuchin monkey, as I have definitely known this entire time, and didn't just learn within the time frame of the show because I Google it. That definitely is not the case. That is the kind of monkey that was on Friends. Oh my gosh, they are just sitting in there. I threw a grenade down the line, and it didn't hurt anybody. And then I walk in, and there's like 4 people there. I mean,
They had their grenade armor on.
they have someone. Oh my gosh, this. Okay, I'm gonna go try to get A again. We might be in big trouble.
I think we're just screwed. Our team is not playing very well, and their team is playing very, very well and together. I don't think there's any hope.
I'm looking at chat and getting shot right in the face because there's someone straight in front of me. You know, the kind of gameplay you'd expect during the GMS Gaming Hour. I mean, this is where we could play Fall Guys.
Nah. I don't even think I have that installed right now because I needed space for the update for this game.
Oh my gosh. I just came around the corner and it's their spawn area. Like, how do they have such a hold on B if there's 4 people coming out of that room? I'm going to try to get B again then. Oh, I blew myself up. Dang.
Yep, this isn't going well.
It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Now, we will tell you about the $6,500 iPhone that's available. And it includes Steve Jobs' turtleneck. So if you ever were like, you know what I'm missing from my iPhone? A turtleneck. We might have a shot at it.
Don't throw away your shot. Hey, we temporarily have 2.
This is the start of the comeback. Don't call it a comeback. I have been here all year. Oh my gosh, that guy was fast.
They're everywhere. They're around me.
Okay. I only have so many ammo. I didn't have enough ammo. Oh, wow. That was fun. Do you remember that time we had B?
Getting A by myself, it's not going to go well. Oh, I almost had it.
I held it too long. I was trying to cook my grenade and throw it in the right spot. It didn't
I'd
go well.
cook a grenade for you.
Man, are you guys just getting lit up? Like, shoot them already. I mean, my God.
Reloading, healing.
You saved
That's
my
you.
life. Yeah, no, you saved my life. So proud of you. All right.
Man, we gotta do better.
All right, coming up also, we'll have our Gaming Morning Show morning gaming news. We'll have the re-news coming up as well. News from Electronic Arts. They've done something in the acquisition space, Cyberpunk information, and are out today. Morning, Kiki. Thanks for hanging out with us. A little bit of a lurk. Ooh, doing the low volume.
Oh, are we ASMRing?
Just get the headphones in and be like, I'm right next to you. Wait, that's not ASMR. That's just creepy. Hey, by the way, though, before Kiki may have to be in full lurk mode, today starts Kiki's Christmas extravaganza. So be sure to check out twitch.tv/Kikilo. I know I will be. And we did tweet this earlier.
There's 2 of them on the
I got it.
table.
Oh my gosh, and I got blued up. I did tweet that on a Hefty Goof, though. So twitter.com/heftygoof. We're not gonna make it. No, we're not gonna make it. He shot me as I rounded the corner.
God, man. So frustrating.
I was saying about the, like, more exotic pet, right? Like, have you ever wanted a spider or a snake or something, right? Have you ever actually held a spider? I know you've had, like, your garter snakes and all that jazz, but...
No, I don't think so. Because if I were going to do that, it would be like a tarantula or something like that. But I don't think I've ever had a chance to do that.
Yeah, I still
I don't
think...
feel like I'm missing out.
Yeah, I still think I'm going to have a better shot. Like, if you're going to ask me to do that, it's going to be like a snake before a tarantula. I just don't picture myself. I just don't picture myself wanting to hold a tarantula.
One trophy.
Oh, boo.
Let me up! Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die, clown! Oh no! I got stuck on like the table or something. That's bizarre. Man, they're moving as one.
Yeah, there.
That's still one of my favorite clips that we ever had from the show. We are a single unit. We are moving as one. They're behind us. They're behind us. Do you want to try the new version of Google Feud since you weren't here on Friday, or do you want to wait till we have a full arsenal?
I'm game for whatever.
Okay. We'll give it a shot. We'll see if you have fun with it. I also am kind of interested to see how repetitive it is, because that was another problem with Google Feud,
Right.
is it was fairly repetitive. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to put it up. That's coming up next, Google Feud. So if you missed our interview with Andy Euler, I've referenced that a couple times. But one thing we're working on is trying to figure out what the 825 interviews can be in terms of, can they be different than the 725s? And I think we're looking at like a 5-question style interview more so with 825. So we would look at just asking a little more informal type questions in the 825. And I think that might revolve around having other streamers on and some other content creators too, where we can preview some of the things they're working on, you know, videos that are coming out today, those kind of things. So
I like it.
yeah, I think that'll be fun. Plus we
I
can
would
have
tune in.
really fun music. You'll be here. It's kind of funny. I've never seen the actual airplane drop the whatever that was. I think that was napalm. That just killed me. I've never seen it. It's like little itty bitty like cylindrical cartridges.
I got a cylindrical cartridge for you.
That's no, that's not okay. I'm so good at churning on that table because I am constantly churning on the table. Losing Bravo.
That was weird. Oh man, this is bad. That's a teammate.
Why'd you die?
This is going well.
Everything is fine. Yeah, this reloading is just exhausting. It's so funny seeing the same people do the same things over and over and over again, which is exactly what I'm doing, but it's just kind of funny to know, like, that guy's going to be in the corner. That person's doing this. All right, thanks for hanging out with us. It is 8:19 Pacific Coast time, 11:19 on the East, and 4:19 in the afternoon. Congratulations to most in the UK about to get off work, if you work the 9 to 5 schedule. He is Sean. I am Ryan. We are on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. Mentioned on YouTube. If you have a chance to subscribe, that will be helpful because it'll help get us to the 100 threshold, and then therefore we can have a URL. Coming up, we will have Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming Renews, and it was a lot of fun to talk to Andy. He sent us a DM, said, hey, definitely interested in coming on again, and we're so thankful to everyone who's done that for us as well. In fact, we had our last interview prior to today was about 3 weeks ago, which is not our intention. It's just it's hard to get people to come on if you're not sitting down and asking people, right? And that's kind of where I ran into some problems. But Joe Grasser, who was on the show, a lawyer, an intellectual property lawyer, talking about like things like tattoos and video games, had Joe on the show 3 weeks ago, and I finally sent him the link to the interview because I realized I hadn't done that. I said I would, and I had already sent like the thank you for joining us, but I hadn't actually sent the link to watch the the show. So sent that to Joe, and he reiterated that he's also willing to be kind of our legal correspondent, which would be super fun. Andy going to be our, as you said, Dallas sports correspondent, so that'll be cool too. Thanks for the love, Kiki. You are absolutely the best. Christmas extravaganza. And I will work on our shout-outs because right now it's just showing up with exactly what the about says and doesn't say, you know, who I'm talking about till the Twitch link at the end. So I'll be sure to work on those. I need to give Culty Vibes a shout-out to one of the OGs on the show, 45th Parallel Podcast, available where podcasts are sold. And then also Monsters and Friends podcast, available from our buddy Look It's Maiko, who, back to our plan, is set to join us in the morning at the top of the show. So he should be able to hang out with us. We'll go 3 wide in the beginning. So,
Nice.
All right, let's play some Google Feud. And this is how this works. We find that we don't really like the original Google Feud because sometimes it's just straight up depressing. So we're going to go with Photo
Sometimes it's
Complete.
bad.
This is from googlefeud.com, and this is how it looks. So there are 2 pictures, and this is something you probably have to have the stream up for on a little bit of delay to see. I don't need the timer right now. The timer can chill out. So in this case, these are phrases from the most searched photos on Flickr. And in this case, there's a taxi, and then there's a mirror with a person inside it as the driver, reflecting off of it. So taxi driver is the phrase that we're looking for. And this is what was fun about this one, Sean, on Friday, is some exactly what you think they are. You look at the taxi, you're like, oh, that's taxi. It may take us forever to figure out the driver part, but there's also a clue as well. So here we go. We get 3 skips. Number 1 on this episode of the show, it is movies, the category, and we have to try to figure out what the 2 pictures are. There's like a person playing some volleyball, and then like a cat yawning. And so what we try to do is, if anyone does want to play, do so in the chat. We'll give you a minute to get your answers in, and then Sean and I will take some stabs at it for sure. I have some ideas, but I'm going to wait for the timer to tick down. The clue, again, is movies on this one. This day in gaming history, I'm going to reiterate some of these while we wait. Sega of America and Excite at Home. Did anyone have Excite as their in-between internet service provider? I'd be curious if that was the case. Excite at Home announced a partnership. They were going to build Sega's Dreamcast network. And one thing that we have talked about on the show before is how kind of Dreamcast, Sega was really all in on this idea of online multiplayer.
Mm-hmm. Ahead of everyone else, if you will.
So that happened this day in 1999. 2001, the SLGC-10 from Panasonic came to Japan as an attachment or a modified version of the GameCube to play CD DVDs. All right, I don't see any guesses in chat. I'm going to let you go first, Sean.
I'm drawing a blank, so I'm going to let you go first.
I'm going to go Volleyball of Yawn. There, nailed it. Ball of Yawn? No, it's a movie. Set. Pass. Bump. Of Roar.
Game of Thrones.
Ooh. Sorry, microphone. I got really excited. Okay, so game could definitely be it. Game of Thrones. Nope. Game of Cats. All right, we're going to skip it. Man of Steel.
What?
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what makes them so fun. Oh my gosh.
How is that Steel?
Maybe that cat's name is Steel. Who knows? It's a good looking cat. Oh no, we got another one that's a cat. Steel. Lol. Good morning, Nintendo.
Oh, what is that?
Oh,
It
do I?
looks yucky.
I wonder what I have your shout out. Shout out to Nintendo nerds in a premiere coming soon. Did you hear about this?
What?
Nintendo is adding a stream.
Ooh.
Oh, whoops. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. No. I can't take that off the screen. All right. Got a what the hell coming from Dr. Chick. So, I know this one. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone.
Yep.
All right. While I'm doing that, I got to
Man of Steel.
Can I open?
I'm so dumb.
Cat got your uncomfortably close up top.
Cat got your get away from my mouth. You're too close to my mouth.
Oh, I'm sorry, I just can't spell. Yep, sorry, Nintendo. Clearly, that's not it. All right. Got that one. Nice work. Nice work. Number 3. The blank of the blank. The blank of the blank. Category is movies.
Oh.
Yeah?
I got it.
All right.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, we'll stand by. 50 seconds. Is the first one Dracula?
Yes.
Okay.
And the last one's Steel.
Just like that cat. Good old cat named Steel. That was my favorite song back in the day. I always remembered how Cat of Steel went, so. Oh, it's just for this Wednesday. Okay.
No, it's every Wednesday. We've decided for you.
Your partners in crime. I'm going to do this. Twitch.tv. Nintendo nerds. because I haven't built your shout out yet, Nintendo, so I'll do that. But this Wednesday, gonna have is this the painting one? But it'll probably enter the regular rotation. The painting days have been fun. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, what's your guess?
Lord of the Rings, or Ring.
Yep, absolutely.
Lord of the Ring.
Nailed it. Ooh. Books. Books is the category. I want to say that might be like a close-up of like a flower or something.
That's what I'm guessing.
Flower Gap. Everyone knows that famous book.
It's a good book.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure on this one.
I know what my guess is, but not because I know it is a book, just because those are the pictures.
All right, we got 15 more seconds. It is Monkey Day. If you've ever wanted a monkey, today is the day to let us know, because it is not international nor national. It's just strictly straight up Monkey Day. Have you ever wanted a more exotic pet or a different type of exotic pet? What is the biggest pet no-no for you? That is our topic of the day. What is your guess, Sean?
Flower Girl.
I'm going to type it where it's supposed to go. That is incorrect. I'm going to go tooth. Cotton tooth. Dandelion tooth. Flower tooth.
Flower tooth.
I thought
Flower grin.
I thought when you got one of the words that locked it in. All right.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to skip this one. White teeth. Is there a book?
Apparently. White teeth, huh?
White Teeth, a novel from Zadie Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Zadie Smith strategically chose the title White Teeth to capture the underlying way in which fake elements of society impose themselves upon it. You know what? This is probably the same thing, though, that's going to make me not want to play this anymore, because I'm going to get further into it, and then it's going to make me... All right, I'm just going to guess this one.
Yes, of course.
Oh, yeah, you're on a delay. You probably didn't get to see it yet by the time I wrote into it. Okay. This one's a books as well. The last one was Cat Out of the Bag. I guess I probably should have let the audience take it so we could all feel better about ourselves, but...
Okay, well, I don't... I think I know what it is. But I don't know why the first picture is the word.
I think I'm with you.
I don't know why that means that.
We have 9,000 points. We are one or two guesses away from eclipsing our high score. You're about to witness.
Yeah, this is history.
This day in 2001, Australia banned the sale of Grand Theft Auto 3 in the country. The Office of Film and Literature Classification refused to rate the game due to its graphic violence. The same year, Nintendo released the Game Boy Advance system with orange and black cases in Japan. They also include brighter display screens. And last but not least, same year, 2001, Capcom released Resident Evil Gaiden, the video game for Game Boy Color. Hit me, Sean.
Little House on the Prairie?
Wow. You are absolutely, positively correct.
But why?
I don't know why the penguins.
Penguin House on the Prairie.
These are some of the most popular photos on Flickr, and thusly, when you search little, you're looking for little penguins. Duh.
Steel House on the Prairie.
The category is music.
I got it.
Oh, I know what it is too. All right, we'll go down to 40 seconds, like the 40-second mark. So 20 seconds to get your time response in. I'm having fun. I like this way better than Google
This is way
Feud.
better than the other one.
Yes. All right, go ahead.
Oh, it's got to be the Beach Boys, right?
Yep, nailed it. We're so good at this game. A new high score, 16,000 points. This one is phrases. I don't really want to know what that first picture is. It looks like someone was murdered by an acorn.
I have a guess.
Is it a good guess?
It's a guess.
Phrases. Phrases. All right, go ahead.
Hit the rocks.
That did not hit. Murder the pebbles. That's what they look like. They look like pebbles to me. All right. That one was spill the beans.
Those aren't beans. I disagree.
Well, they're very
Steal.
colorful beans. All right, number 9. It's our last one.
9's the last one. What a weird number.
No, I mean, if we don't get it right.
Oh, gotcha.
Much like before, that's the picture, huh?
So is this our first repeat?
We had this one already? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had the uncomfortably close. Yeah.
At least they're different pictures.
All right,
This
number
is
10.
definitely Steel got your baby.
Damn Steel, always going after my baby. This is a book as well.
There's some holes in this house.
How are we going to fix these holes in the house? Holes. Holes in the house.
We need to read more books.
Is there a book like The Flower in the Church?
Yeah. The girl in the church. The right eye in the church.
The Girl with the Church Tattoo. Even though that's it's looser, lesser known translation is The Girl in the Church Tattoo. All right, what do you got?
Let's just try girl in the church to start with.
I'm gonna go The Flower in the Church. All right. Yeah, we ran our course. We moved this up to 19,000, all by ourselves, with the exception. Oh, The Catcher in the Rye. Yes, of course.
Naturally.
All right. Well, thanks to everyone who was able to help us out with that experience. I do like that one a lot better. So
Yes.
when we have the opportunity to play Google Feud, we are definitely going to play that instead of what we've been playing in the past. Earlier today, we told you about caviar. I don't really know what caviar. If I say caviar, do you recognize the brand right away, or the source of this? Because caviar, clearly I know like from the food standpoint, but now this is from Ali Salman of WCCFtech.com. There's apparently a customized iPhone 12 Pro. It says Caviar's $6,490 iPhone 12 Pro features a piece of Steve Jobs' turtleneck. So if you're ever like, you know what, this iPhone's cool, but it does not have a piece of a turtleneck in it, how can I get a piece of a turtleneck? Now you can. And it's just going to cost you $10 less than $6,500. I didn't tell you some of this in the first hour. It's apparently made up not only of the piece of Steve Jobs' turtleneck, an autograph, and the slogan "Think Different" embossed within it, but it also is apparently made up of 925 sterling silver for the logo. The gold model has 18 karat gold. The logo is made up of 750 gold. It is no doubt that Caviar's customized iPhone 12 Pro models are a luxury, and only diehard fans of Steve Jobs would own it, according to Ali Salman.
And I don't know if you called this out, but they start at $6,490.
No, I did not.
They go up to $10,140.
That's a lot of dollars.
So I'm assuming the gold one is the more expensive one.
All right, well, stick around. We will have our Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming Renews, and Ryan reads names of Game of Thrones characters. That's coming up later in
That's
Gaming
my
Morning
favorite
Show.
segment.
It's so bad. So bad. Yeah, the idea of getting, like, the piece of cloth in the memorabilia has never interested me. Sports cards started doing this a while ago. I mean, we're probably talking a couple decades, where, you know, if Drew Lock, you know, he had a career high 4 touchdowns yesterday for the Broncos. So now whoever still makes sports cards, and I don't really know if that's Topps or if there's other companies or whatever, they might get a piece of Drew Lock's jersey that he actually wore in the game yesterday at Carolina and sell it in a card. And that card might be worth more because it actually has part of a game-used jersey.
Oh, okay. Over here now.
Why are they over there? Don't they know where their home is? Are you too good for your home? Oh gosh.
Ooh, through the wall.
Did he get you from the window though?
No, just through the wall.
So like you were by the window maybe?
I think he was on the bridge.
You used to be fun. What happened to you? I was like, contested by whom? Oh, that guy. Your trophy system was destroyed. I ran out of ammo. He was using a sniper rifle, so he's having a hard time ADSing on me, and so I just walked up and booped him.
Nice work.
Who's a good little sniper? Boop. Ugh. I watched you die. It was sad.
Oh, there's a guy rushing on A. I got one of them. There's one more back there.
Your trophy system was destroyed.
I defended A. Oh, I died real good.
It was not a smack. It was a very polite boop, Nintendo. Almost like one pinches the cheeks of a young one that they are a fan of.
Of a wee lad.
Holy cow, there's 3 people back there. What is going on? I am so confused. There were 3 people in that back corner from... Yep. Okay.
Oh, boo.
Enemy sniper working.
B secured. B, E, that's you.
That was worth it. I love tap, really. It's a flesh wound. Did you ever get much into Monty Python?
No,
I have a lot of like opportunity to watch some of that classic stuff.
I never like. I saw Holy Grail, and I didn't dislike it, but I never like was like, oh, I need more of this.
No, I really like that scene with the knight, but that's all that I've ever watched. This a flesh wound.
Multiple hostile spy planes detected. Multiple hostile spy planes detected.
Ooh, I disagree.
That was really weird.
Save your life. Loading.
I'm in a hurry to get this win. Oh, I don't think it's gonna happen though. This guy shot me in the back. He's tucked behind the barrels. I'm gonna go and run him and shoot him. In the...
I died because I insisted on shooting their trophy system while a guy's shooting me in the face. But I got the trophy system.
Yeah. So Nintendo told us the secret. Actually, I think I need to get the secret. But apparently has learned how to not become famous anymore. By disabling the people who are spamming Twitch accounts going like, want to become famous. Here's how you can buy followers. Yeah, apparently Nintendo got his education on when it comes to figuring out how to run the bots on Twitch. So
Whew. Well, I killed 3 people with my napalm. One of them was me.
Carl Hofbrew wants to become almost famous. So
Just almost.
I think that's a movie, right?
Yeah. Never seen it, but it exists.
Apparently we have a lot of watch parties to do with our gaming morning show community.
Yeah.
Start
That
bringing
could
them
be
out.
a Patreon perk.
My boy education. Oh, and all you have to do is turn it on. It's like that actual IT troubleshooting of, well, is it on? Is it plugged in? That's apparently all you had to do was just turn on the switch.
We're taking control.
I'm gonna drop down here, which means instantly I will get killed.
Enemy has B.
Does someone have a helicopter?
Yeah, we do.
Is it a good helicopter or a bad helicopter?
Yeah, we have it.
Oh, I'm
One
scared.
by.
Yep.
Taking B.
Hey, it takes bot education. You pave the way for the rest of us, Nintendo, and that's what matters.
Missed it then.
Alright, I have some artillery it's gonna be coming out.
Oh yeah, well I have a trophy system, so
Enemy napalm strike incoming.
Well, that's clearly gonna come on B.
Losing C.
Losing Charlie.
Losing Bravo.
Objective secured.
Secure. Maintain
the sniper's so good.
We lost B.
It makes me sad.
We lost C.
I don't like it when people are good at sniping.
Enemy RCXD detected.
Wish I would have looked better.
Okay, cruise missile on B. No, they're all over there. So, all right, should be a little bit more clear if we want to rush B.
Okay, I'm going. Trophy out.
Multiple enemy care packages inbound.
Smoke grenade.
Oh, I should have won that. He's crouched coming into the zone.
I avenged you.
Thank you.
Still on B.
Frag out.
We got it.
Frag.
Lockdown.
Throwing grenade. Popping through.
Enemy sentry turret detected in your AR.
Sentry's going down.
It's going down. I'm down in
Still a
Sentry.
teammate.
I'm going
Like it.
in. Good, because it's never going anywhere. This will be the person that I am on your stream all of the time.
Losing B.
Throwing grenade.
Securing C.
Check your fire.
That's you.
still me.
But man, I shot the hell out of you.
If I wasn't me, I would be so dead right now.
Established overhead.
Uh-oh, from the middle.
Location secured. Hold your position.
Nope, he's not over here. He's sniping probably. Yep.
Losing B.
Hey Hofbrew, have a great day to you as well. Thanks for hanging out with us on Gaming Morning Show, and thanks again for supporting Ron getting us the advent calendar. Yeah, this is the best part of our morning,
Duh.
hanging out with you. Someone's in A spawn?
Losing B.
Which spawn?
Securing
Just a spawn?
Why are we friends?
All locations locked down. Dig in and hold them. We lost Alpha.
Oh, I'm about to get my second napalm strike.
Established overhead.
That's a fun time. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
Enemy care package above.
Okay, napalm coming into B.
Sentry turrets active.
I don't know if I saved your life or stole your kill, but you're alive.
Taking B. Enemy cruise missile launch detected.
Oh, I got hit with that last one.
Enemy napalm strike incoming. Losing B.
Nintendo, or anyone, are you a beverage drinker? Beer, wine, liquor?
Spy plane established overhead. Hostile sentry turret active. Enemy took B.
Confirmed.
Alright, is this one almost over? Oh yeah. Almost victorious. We are the
did
winners!
it.
Celebratory smoke!
Whew! That was
Alright.
real focus on that one.
Last segment of the
I
show.
got best play. Look at me getting best play.
You know, everyone loves watching when we get best play because I never stay on the screen to show it. But it is amazing. What you are missing right now is amazing. You have to see this. Oh my gosh, he's cracked. Sorry, it was a good play. I just cut away too quickly because I don't also want to watch anyone else's play who's not ours. So
You just never have faith in me.
let's see. We got this day in gaming history. No, we got Gaming Morning Show, morning gaming news. Sober Sally used to love it a little too much. It's been years now in place where I can sit. That's not well. Congratulations, Nintendo. That is nice work on your part for sure. We keep going through our beer of the day calendar, so that's why I was going to ask. But yes, absolutely. Congratulations to you and super supportive for sure. It's what I'm like to call California sober. Nice. Yeah, be sure to check out Nintendo Nerds, and I will get your shout out working after the show. I thought I put it in last week because I had added a couple of the shout outs in the restream system, and I swore I had put Nintendo's in there. But what I have done for sure is when Nintendo co-hosts, hopefully during the course of the break, look under Sean. Can you look down really quick? Right there. It's on the screen. You're reading it as you look down. Yes, Nintendo Nerds on Twitch. So I have your title ready to go. So whenever that time comes, Nintendo, you are going to be there. That is our Twitter handle. Lower thirds is what I call those. Hefty Goof, Watch GMS, Sports.Gaming. Let's take a look at what happened this morning in Gaming Morning Show, morning gaming news. It is time to go back to the newsroom, even though we're just going to stay on the screen. Here are the headlines.
It's still December 14th, 2020, and this is your Gaming Morning Show, morning gaming re-news. Cyberpunk 2077 sales have gone well despite having issues at launch. They reported on their website in more of a business PR type release that they have recouped their costs of development and marketing, both already incurred and anticipated budget for marketing for the rest of 2020. So congrats to CD Projekt for making your money back, and I'm sure they're working hard to fix any issues that are ongoing. EA is set to acquire Codemasters for $1.2 billion in an agreement that was announced yesterday. Codemasters, most known lately for developing the Dirt series and the Formula One annual games. Yes, Hefty Goof of Gaming Morning Show.
So I've heard of F1, and I really like that game. Tell me more about Dirt.
Dirt is, from what I know, is like a more of a rally off-road racing experience.
Thank you very much.
Like, they race on dirt.
I can quote you on that, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
We'll see more of those. I'm assuming they'll probably keep the moniker of Codemasters. It'll just be under the EA umbrella, and then we'll get the lovely EA. It's
Just
EA
finish it
Sports.
up.
It's in the game.
Yeah, damn it. I was gonna be like, excuse me, Ryan, Game Morning Show. If it is in the game, though, will it be in the game?
It will be in the game.
Have you ever seen I don't know, it's some social media clip of someone meeting the EA voice guy?
Yes, I have seen that.
Oh, it's so
fantastic.
great. It's the kid looks maybe in his early 20s, late teens, right? Like might be a college freshman or something like that. And he's like, "Look who I found." And he says something like, "If it's in the game, it's in the game," or something like that. And the guy who's the actual voice is like, "How about this?" And then he just does it, and it's so amazing. I love voiceover people.
It's almost as good as people meeting the "You've Got Mail" guy. Those are also good ones.
That's a good one too.
And our last story of the day, Steam has broken its all-time concurrent player record, which was at 22 million earlier this year, March 2020, during lockdown for COVID. That is now up to 24,804,148 users, in part due to the launch of Cyberpunk 2077.
20 million.
And our name of the morning was Jigsaw Fun Piece It Together out on Switch, which was produced and put out by Artificial Intelligence.
I am very open to anyone who has someone to raid this morning on Twitch. I would be happy to send people to your person of choice. I don't see anybody that I am super eager to send over, but I would definitely be interested in sending over, if that makes sense. We've either raided them recently or actually I see one that I definitely will do if this all goes to plan. But if you have someone you're interested in, let me know in the chat for sure. I do want to shout out one Twitch streamer this weekend that I watched, and it's because they were doing a charity thing as well, raising money for the United States Humane Society. So apparently there is like a national, or maybe it was the National Humane Society, which I didn't realize there was one on like the national level. So that was news to me. Did you know that?
No.
No, here it is. ZZAYPHOD. I am a world record holder in every video game I've ever played, just not on this world. But did like a 12-hour stream and sent us a Steam code because happened to be hanging out while they were giving some of those away. I'm going to pass it along to you so that you can get us a game. So,
Right.
24 million users. Yeah, put it. Oh, you got no one. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, I'll take one last call and then we'll go from there. I think they are on Dirt 4 now. Never played, but I think it just got added to Game Pass. Look
Sounds
at the
about
Game Pass coming right back out. You're so good. So good. I don't know if you were here when we did Game of Thrones, so I'll reference this one more time. Sean's so excited. House of Dragon is coming out, which I also don't say dragon very well either, so that makes it even more fun. But Regina, more fun. Regina, did I just say phone?
You sure did.
Stupid. Why do I do this show? You're mean to me. All right.
I was gonna let it slide. I was gonna let it go.
Up to
'Cause
47.
You have plenty of names to get through, so I figured I'd give you that one.
House of Dragon from Regina Avalos TV series finales, the website, reporting that 3 more have joined the cast. It's going to be Olivia Cook, Matt Smith, and Emma D'Arcy going to be joining this Game of Thrones prequel. And so, of course, as we all know, Cook is going to play Alicent Hightower, daughter of Otto Hightower, the Hand of the King, and then Darcy's Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen, the firstborn child of the king. She is of pure Valyrian blood and a dragon rider. And Smith is Prince Daemon Targaryen, younger brother to King Viserys.
So good.
That's not bad. Not bad.
Nope.
So if you're a Game of Thrones fan, then that's what I got. All right, it is 8:56 West Coast time, 11:56 on the East. We will be back with you tomorrow, 4:56 in the afternoon in the UK. Please stick around. We will send you over to Lady Lecta playing Elite Dangerous. We have hosted Lady Lecta before, found her courtesy of Zombie Kills, and I really liked what she was doing the day that Zombie Kills was doing the giveaway for Logitech. If you missed our interview with Andy Euler of Marketplace. That will be available to watch on our YouTube channel likely this afternoon, if not sooner. So be sure to go to YouTube and search Gaming Morning Show. Sean, I hope to see you maybe later and we can get into the beer of the day. So
That would be nice. We have some catching up to do.
all right, if you're on Twitch, stick around, sending you to Lady Lecter right now. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with us, Gaming Morning Show, on Monday, December 14th, 2020.